So welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today, as we will have the pleasure of opening for the first time here in Greece, our regional network Greece of Women in Aerospace Europe. It's a great pleasure to be here. I will give you a short presentation about what Women in Aerospace is about. Then my colleague Marita Georgadou is going to talk about the regional networks, and then we will have a panel discussion of why it is important to have women in aerospace in Greece and what this entails. So let me start by telling you with a video of what Women in Aerospace is.
With humanity's journey on and beyond Earth accelerating, aeronautics and astronautics are more vital than ever. And we need the best talent, regardless of their gender, to realize ambitious programs and to shape the future of the aerospace industry. Founded in 2009 in the Netherlands by Simonetta Di Pippo and Claudia Kessler, Women in Aerospace Europe is a not-for-profit association that unites women and men in aerospace, encouraging change, fostering growth, and supporting talent. Women in Aerospace Europe is a platform for the aerospace profession that promotes diversity and excellence, helps aerospace professionals and their organizations succeed, and attracts new generations to study STEM and to work within the aerospace industry. With over 1,000 individual members, 50 corporate members, 16 international partners, and 20 regional networks, WIA-Europe has built a thriving aerospace community. Over the years, we have hosted more than 450 regional and 100 international events, presented 25 awards, and granted 35 scholarships, championing diversity and inclusion. We offer networking and community, mentoring and career development, grants and awards, as well as advocacy and outreach, all with a strong commitment to diversity and inclusion. Our research working groups, made up of individual and corporate members, embrace as many perspectives as possible to cover the most relevant and important topics for the WIA-Europe community. These working groups create white papers on key issues within the aerospace sector, share research at international events, and provide real, tangible, and actionable recommendations backed by practical initiatives. We support our corporate members by monitoring and sharing the latest relevant research and resources. At the same time, we connect our individual members with the industry, increasing the visibility of talent and publicizing professional opportunities in our community. With our corporate members and partners, we promote a strong network of aerospace professionals and offer a wide range of events and initiatives. We welcome individuals of all genders who share our vision and mission to join our network, supported by our dedicated corporate members and partners. By joining, you will gain access to our programs, member benefits, and most importantly, meaningful connections with like-minded professionals. Women in Aerospace Europe, empowering all women in space and
on Earth. Yes, so indeed, Women in Aerospace Europe is a very large professional network across Europe, where we are basically, as an association, looking into promote the diversity and inclusion for innovation, for talent development, for career development, and also to attract the new generations to engage into the space sector. So just to give you a bit of a snapshot, we heard already that this was founded back in 2009, but it is also a global network. There is the United States WIA, there is also in Canada, Mexico, in Costa Rica, and other places. So it's a global network which promotes the diversity. So let's say last year, Women in Aerospace Europe joined the Diveris network. The Diveris network is actually a network created by the European Commission, by DG DEFIS, in order also to promote diversity and inclusion into the space sector and to tap into the talent that we have. In addition, WIA has become an award recipient of the IAF, the International Astronautical Federation, where in 2005 we were recognized for our excellence in the topic of diversity. In addition, we are having an observer status since last year in the United Nations, where we are placing ourselves there also as a voice to promote the engagement into the aerospace sector. Here I would like also to highlight that when we talk about diversity, diversity does not only mean about women. Of course, we are an association for women in aerospace, but at the same time, diversity, women are a symbol of diversity. They symbolize also the differences that we have coming from different countries, having different ages, having different background. And in all of this, embracing our differences is to be able to create innovation and create competitiveness for the European sector itself. And I think Greece is an excellent example of that today, because we can see that because Greece chose to take a different path, a diverse path, it has made it to what it is there today. Just in the numbers, we have an expanded network and we have different type of activities and programs. So all those of you who are part of here today and want to become our members, they will have access to our different programs, awards and grants, networking, mentorship, a large number of lectures by top professionals, and also the possibility to tap into our mentoring programs. Our yearly event is called Symposium, Women in Aerospace Symposium. It takes place once a year where we choose different thematics which are important for the aerospace industry. And this year we chose the topic of skills in motion. Why? Because the space sector grows about 10% per year. This means we need a large amount of skills and people. How do you find that? And how do you prepare the next workforce as well? So we had high-level individuals discussing and debating about the thematic and try to find solutions and what is needed. In addition, this year, for the first time, one of our days was in person in Brussels with engaging the European Commission. And basically, we had the opportunity also to write the report on behalf of the European Commission. This was a very big highlight for us, showing also our, let's say, relevance to the thematic and our importance to be actually the writing pen of the European Commission's Diveris annual network meeting. In addition, last weekend, some of you were there. We had the opportunity to do our leadership workshop where we gathered across from all the EU in order to discuss the future of our association. I took over as president in January, and my vision is to expand the network and to also co-create the future of WIA so that it is absolutely relevant to the companies and to the research institutions and to the members and in the community in order to tab and create an innovative and competitive Europe. Now, I will hand over to Marita, who is going to tell us all about the regional networks and about Greece. Marita is our head of events, and she has been with the association in our headquarters for quite some time. So, Marita, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you, Christina, for the introduction. Indeed, I have been with Women Aerospace Europe at the central offices for the past 4 years. And I'm very excited to be here today to be announcing about the Greek Regional Network. I would like to also highlight the fact that today we're at the Greek Space Tech Forum, and we can see a very vibrant Greek aerospace ecosystem, so that is very good to see, and I think that it is a very good time that we have the announcement of our network today. Thank you for being here. We have seen a little bit what Christina has said about the European level. So far, we have 21 regional networks closing in 2025 that you can see that they are all over Europe. And we have 3 new ones. So today I can tell you that we have 24 and more to come. And our goal is to have all 27 European Union and ESA member states hosting a regional network. That is very important to have representation of the organization in all across Europe and to strengthen this professional network that we are talking about. And I can tell you a little bit about the fact that I have been trying for quite a while to launch this regional network, and it was fortunately after Christina took over and she helped me with it when she took over as president in January that we managed to put together with the support of Coralia and the C cluster, thank you Jorge, to put a pre-launch event in which we just started, we put out a call for a pre-launch event of the regional network, and we immediately saw 50 plus registration, 30 people came in person, so much interest on messages that I personally got when I organized the event about people that couldn't be here and they would like to participate. So there are a lot of people that are interested, that were interested in the regional network that go beyond this picture. I can tell you, yes, these are the stats that we have about this. What I can tell you that what came after this is that a team of 13 volunteers came together and we said that we want to be the founding members of the regional network, and let's put some structure and let's see how we can do this to go ahead. Some of them are here today and they have really helped to put this event today for the 2 days. So thank you very much to you as well. And the Greek aerospace ecosystem is not just about companies, it's all about industry and academia and networks like this, everyone coming together in order to highlight the size of the aerospace ecosystem in Greece at this moment, which we see that it is beaming. We, as a regional network that yes, I would like to announce that we have put together this regional network. It has gotten the approval by the board and today is the official launch. I would like to tell you that we have some pillars, some core verticals that we are working on, that we will be working on going forwards. We would like to focus on professional development, outreach and education, advocacy and inclusion, as well as national and European ties. We would like to have a strong professional network of people coming together. We have already some activities. We can check off the first one, which is to attend the Greek Space Tech Forum and make our announcements. But we have a lot of other industry visits that we would like to go to different places, see facilities, meet more people, expand the network. We would like to do other initiatives around accessibility and showcasing careers. If you as well are interested in participating in this network, if you would like for us to come to your industries to check them out, we would love to see that. We want you all we invite you all to be part of this network. I would like to also highlight the leaders. We have Ioanna Papageorgiou and Athanasia Karagianni that are also here today. Thank you so much. As well as Dimitra Paraskou and Nicoletta Triandafilou that are helping remotely today. And they have really worked all together so that we can make this event happen. With that, I invite you to join our WhatsApp group if you would like. This is where we this is where we organize all of our activities at the moment. And also there is an email at greece@WIA-Europe.org that you can send us emails whenever you need so that we can coordinate activities together. We would be very happy for you to join us and share with us your ideas. And as a special to you all today, there is a QR code that if you scan that and fill in the form, you will have a full year of membership for free with Women in Aerospace Europe. That is that you will then be able to participate both in the regional network, but also be part of the Women in Aerospace Europe overall organization and tap onto all of the activities that Christina was talking about before. And we would love to see you there. Yes, after this brief introduction, I will pass it on back to our speakers for today. And thank you so much, and congratulations to the Greek Regional Network.
Thank you very much, Marita. I will now move to have our panel discussion. Thank you very much for joining today to discuss a little bit about space and to see how networks like this one, but also how the Greek system has evolved over the period. And I will start with you, Manolis. I think Manolis Ramos is the president of the Hellenic Space Center, for those of you that do not know him, but I'm sure everyone does. Just to say that... Oh, yes. Okay. So I will start with Manolis Ramos, the president of the Hellenic Space Center. You are someone that has been for a very long time into the space scene. You have seen it with different hats, with the ESA hat, with national hat, also being in the past in the ministry yourself, and also today being the president. You have seen the system changing. How do you see networks like this one being important? How do you see the workforce changing over the years? And what you would expect that we would need to build for the next period in Greece?
Thank you very much. Big discussion. First of all, I would like to say that I would have liked to see more men in the audience. It's not that there is no interest, I guess. It's because there is, in parallel, this very important conference that is taking place. Anyway, I have been involved indeed in various positions in the industry and then in the public domain. And I had the opportunity to have to cooperate with women in various roles. First of all, in my Hellenic Space Center, I have women staff, which are very capable, of course. And my two daughters are engineers, so I have a personal experience about women engineers. And my boss, the last boss I had in ESA, was a woman. Magali Vessier, a very capable woman. Now, before answering to the question, I just wanted to make a comment. I was looking a bit to the statistics, the world statistics about women in STEM and engineering. Now, grosso modo, it seems that 1/3 of the engineering force is women, with some countries being really above and some others below the this number. But obviously this is much below the 50% that women are in the population. And there seem to be quite some disparities which are not only, I mean, there is the issue of women in aerospace and in STEM in general has 3 steps. I mean, one is the education, the other is the recruitment, and the other is the evolution within a company. Now, you see sometimes that you have quite high recruitment, education percentage of women. Like, for example, I was surprised to see that 70% of STEM students in Iran are women. But afterwards, you see very few women coming up in the city. So one has to work in all these 3 areas in order to, to see women evolving in various positions in the industry. Now, in Greece, apparently 40% of the graduates are women. Now, statistics vary, of course, but I just use the official statistics to see what's happening. And unfortunately, there are not 40% of engineers, especially in the aerospace domain. So there is work to be done there. Obviously, in the Hellenic Space Center, we have no discrimination whatsoever. Anyway, we're a public organization, and we have a neutrality in terms of recruitment. And I'm glad that we have some very capable women there as staff and contractors. But there's work to be done, and I have to say that there is a need for engineering force in the aerospace, especially now that we have these developments taking place. And there, we would like to see more engineers coming to us, and we will be glad to see those 40% of graduates attracted to the space business. But these are the things today. There has to be a lot of work to be done to attract those 40% that are educated to come in engineering, and then promote them within the various engineering positions in the industry. So I should not take much more time, but this is the situation today.
Oh, thank you very much for that, Manolis. I will now turn to Jorge. Jorge, you were one of the biggest supporters when I came to see you to discuss about setting up a regional network in Greece. Of course, it would be nicer to have more men, and I'm sure we will in the future, because as we said, women is a symbol of diversity. And especially you have been from the beginning seeing the difficulties. When we talk about diversity, means also different nationality, different regions, different backgrounds in terms of education. And Greece now is a shining star, is a rising star, I would even say. Yeah? It's in its engagement into very many different things. This has changed over the years, and the skills that we actually need in the space sector have been changing with AI and all the different thematics. What is your view of where we should be focusing on the different courses we will be developing, on the different professional activities from your perspective?
First of all, Christina, sorry. Congratulations for putting a lot of your pro bono time in this significant organization, for being elected as the chair of the organization, and for taking the initiative to bring this also to Greece. From the first moment, we supported fully this because we believe in diversity. Diversity is only more competitiveness. Diversity means additional ideas, different perspectives, different ways of doing things. And this is what we actually need today in this developing ecosystem, as you have seen. Space is a very complex sector. We require engineers, data scientists, marketeers. All types of sciences are needed in this sector, and therefore any input or support you can bring with the regional network in this is extremely significant. Diversity is also needed in the startups where we are trying to support. In most of the cases, we see a few engineers that are obviously not capable in transforming the original idea into a final product. And therefore, we need to bring also all these additional capacities from there. Personally, I am one of the persons that is a paradigm of that because I was born in Colombia, and I hope with this additional diversity, I brought something to the ecosystem here in Greece that I am working for the last 20 years to develop. So we need a lot of skills to bring in. Still, the system here, the ecosystem is maturing. And anything that you can support in bringing in will be helpful at the moment. We have a talent and engineering capacity, but we are not very good in selling global products. Many of the capacity building programs have been funded by the public sector, and therefore still the community here doesn't know how to go with this product and with the specialization that we probably have here with the local problems and bring global solutions. So anything around this perspective will be extremely helpful. The local ecosystem cannot grow only with the public funding. They cannot only grow with the ESA funding. So we need to bring all these people in the global perspective. So how can we go and sell a product that has been built here in Greece for the fire prevention or AI system to see where the fire is going next? So the same problem exists today in California, Spain, Portugal, Italy, all over. So if we create something different here, let's try to find a way to get these products global. So I believe in that globalization is where specifically you can provide a lot of support for the next step of the scale up we're trying to build in Greece.
Thank you, Jorge. Indeed, Women in Aerospace has a global also footprint, and we can try to see how we can help in that. And also, let's say it's an easy pass, I think, to Giorgio. Giorgio, you have been, you're now the president of Vast Europe, a new space company in reality. In your past life, you have also been the president of ASI and a very long time ESA staff. So you know very well the entire ecosystem and all the difficulties again that are there into entering new markets, getting engaged into the different activities. And of course, how can the skill set, because this is for us as a professional association, we would look into developing the future workforce and to also bridge the gap in all the levels of the educational system, because also we have, let's say, the different generations from that perspective. What is your perspective and what you would expect us to do? And also thank you for becoming also one of our gold members as well today.
Thank you, Christina, and well, thanks for having me here today, first of all. I'm particularly proud of the fact that there is now a regional center in Europe for women in Aerospace Europe, because I've been following it from the very, very beginning. I mean, almost 2009 when it was created. And I remember, for example, at the International Astronautical Congress, those early morning breakfasts where there were indeed all women and 2-3 men. I was one of those. really, really happy and curious about what was happening. And going back to your question, I mean, you mentioned difficulties. No, I see opportunities. I mean, space is one of those fields where there is continuous evolution, continuous need of innovation. So sometimes starting, or let's say taking off a bit later, is an advantage, and this is the way, in my opinion, should be seen now here in Greece, what is happening. I will never forget when I started my career, meeting so many Greek students, young professionals, that with an incredible academic background, PhDs, etc. I mean, I'm sure Manuel can confirm that they had to go abroad to find opportunities, to develop, to apply what they were studying. The fact that today Greece eventually is as I said before, taking off and engaging into an important engagement in application in space, because space is so important for everything, means that this potential that in the past had to be only nurtured and matured going abroad will actually have the opportunity to develop here. And so this is the way, in my opinion, new generations, and I talk about all backgrounds, so all sort of diversity. I'm not talking about gender only, but type of studies, what you're studying. Of course, we need engineers, but we need, as it was mentioned, all sort of background. If there is a domain which is really multicultural, is space, and even more it will be in the future. So I think what, in my opinion, is the most logical thing to be done here in Greece in the future to support the space development is to facilitate initiative. This is the key of the way startup works today. I mean, this is the way now R&D and then new products are being developed. A bit far from my mentality because I come from a different world, but it's incredible what happens. What I think is important is to identify opportunities, and there I'm talking to the institution, to the government, to the whoever can help. I mean, to funding entities. What we should do, because I involve myself also in this type of ground. What we should do is to facilitate the access to resources, not as we used to do simply by funding without taking by hand what the ideas is the new generation, but just to give them the opportunity to flourish, to take off. And then, of course, the risk is embedded, but the risk is embedded in the startup approach, in the new companies approach. They can teach us, coming from a previous generation, how to deal with risk, how to maybe sometimes change chapter and go into another direction. But to really take those risks, all the background are needed, all the approach, all the new ideas are needed. And this is what maybe a country who has developed after others the capability to look at products can easily become a driver. And this is what I would suggest you to do first of all, and then all the rest comes with it.
Thank you, Giorgio. Thank you very much. Now we'll move to Ioanna. And again, you gave me a very good pass to start talking to Ioanna, who is the CEO of Nemosat. And you're also someone who becomes, as a corporate member, also to WIA. And thank you for that as well. And at the same time, you will be one of our co-leaders, bringing in the startup spirit and talking from a smaller perspective, smaller company perspective into this element. So what are your views? What are your takes? Why did you decide to work with us? And what is your expectation from the Greek network? And we will work together from, let's say, the headquarters, together with you here to make it vibrant. So we will be there, we will help you. But what are your views?
Thank you, Christina. From the private sector perspective, I think that the technology is not the main challenge for us. Greece has strong engineers, researchers, and talents. The real challenge is actually to put and ensure the availability of four main things, the accessibility of four main things in usable data, early stage funding, especially for the startups, it is crucial. Also to have pilots in order to have real environmental pilots through partners, and at the same time to have the right network. At Nemosat, we use downstream data, and also we use predictive analytics and AI-powered autonomous systems in order to predict, prevent, and respond in crisis in multi-domains for defense, civil protection, and of course, for critical infrastructures. So, but in this kind of ideas, we don't need just a good, let's say, technical background. We need more than that. And it's, again, the reliable, usable data, is people that they could understand the limitations of the problem. And at the same time, we require partners that will help us to validate the solution that is in real environment, and at the same time to help it to scale it up. And of course, mentoring. So we have seen also that in women-led companies, sometimes also this is what is lacking, the accessibility. So I believe that WIA-Europe Greece will help to be the bridge between startups and companies in order to have the access in academia, investors, stakeholders in defense and space, because it seems that this is also the future. Especially nowadays that Greece has increased its role in space, and we're expecting actually that in near future also downstream solutions will be blooming in Greece, also with AI-powered solutions and dual use. So I believe that via Women Aerospace Europe Greece, we will have the opportunity to create a pool of talents and connect them with the real projects in real world. And I think this is something that could be important, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it as well. I'm sure we will have excellent activities here. And now we'll go to Athanasia. Athanasia, you're also in a way representing the younger generation here a little bit. And you
I'm
have...
older than my looks.
Indeed, but you've also been engaged to the SGAC. We discussed that also before, which is another professional association with which we have a partnership as Women in Aerospace Europe. This is also a global network which is also focusing more on giving opportunities to the younger people, whereas Women in Aerospace Europe is looking at the entire spectrum of the career. So how do you see from your experience with professionally as well as in other associations the possibilities of where Women in Aerospace Europe Greece should be focusing on, and what should we bring?
Well, as far as I saw from my professional career, I have had the luck to work in companies that provided me guidance, provided me mentorship, but I also had the luck, and I say luck intensively, to work with companies that did not provide any mentorship or guidance in my career journey. And I say that it was a luck to me because it made me realize how important mentorship is and guidance. So, as a woman in Greece, working in also the space domain, I realized that this is one very critical gap that we have, not only for women, but also for the young generation in general. There have been steps towards the education and the inclusivity of the youth. However, always comparing by the other more like long-journeyed countries of Europe, we're still a bit behind. This is actually why I personally wanted to be involved, and I'm very honored to be involved with this initiative, and also in the SGAC initiative, because it's my personal, let's say, milestone to give back, to contribute a bit of what I had the luck to have, guidance and mentorship. So this is what I think lacks in Greece right now. So of course, I'm a co-leader of 4. I am not deciding anything on my own. But if you ask me, my personal, let's say, goals would be to bridge this gap with the youth and the academia and the industry. By not only after the graduation, but also before graduation, to the younger people in general, like the children's schools. Because I think this is the generation that is mostly gonna make the difference. We now put some stones in the wall, but the huge bricks will be the next generation. So I think they should also be included.
Thank you very much for that. I think all of you have touched all the different aspects of the diversity, and this is what actually Women in Aerospace Europe is going to bring as a professional association here in Greece. Thank you all very much for the ideas. We have listened carefully, we have taken notes, we will take it up, and at the same time, the way WIA-Europe works is the regional networks have the freedom to expand into the specific activities according to the needs of the country. So I'm sure that in a year from now, potentially, we will have already the possibility to say about some activities that have been built. Thank you all very much for your time, and we can announce that the WIA Greece Regional Network is officially open. Thank you very much.